I want to encourage you today. I posted a quote on my Facebook page probably about a week or so ago, and the quote said, "Being misunderstood is the tax you pay for originality." Being misunderstood is the tax you pay for originality. And I thought it was such an encouraging and timely quote. And I thought about how a part of being trained in greatness is being unapologetically yourself, getting to that place where you don't allow people to try to make you shrink. Well, people may try, but a part of that training in greatness is when you first realize that, oh, the reason why this isn't jiving properly is because you need me to shrink. You need me to shrink in order for you to be okay. And a lot of times when a person who doesn't think that way realizes that that is the problem, there's a dilemma. There's a, well, you know what? Let me shrink. Let me do and say what this particular person or this particular group of people want me to do so that everything can be happy, smooth, harmonious. Oftentimes people who are being trained in greatness do enjoy harmony. I'm one of those people. You realize you have a choice. You can choose to do what you're supposed to do, be yourself, be courageous, be amazing, and not shrink because of someone else's insecurities. Sometimes when you are putting all of your efforts forth to do what is right and to do what is good, you will still have opposition. And a lot of times the opposition is people that it should not be. And it's almost like that's a part of it. It has to be people that it should not be so that you get the chance to make that choice. And there is something about making a choice to not shrink that empowers you. If anything, it's like it gives you a couple of extra feet. You go from being 4 or 5 feet tall to 6 or 7 feet tall when you choose not to shrink. It's one of those things that you don't always learn right away. You learn, as a child, basic manners, treat people the way you want to be treated. Be proud of yourself, be confident, be responsible. But then as you mature and you realize, even if I'm confident, even if I'm responsible, even if I'm kind, even if I treat people the way I would want to be treated and I want to be treated well, so I'm going to treat people well, even if you do all of that, you will still have opposition. You will still have folks who will not understand you. And I love to add this to some of the things that I say. That doesn't always make them bad. Sometimes they do be bad, and that's what they choose to be. But a lot of times it's just people just don't understand. And one of the trickier parts that gets easier over time is distinguishing between people who just don't understand and people who are committed to not understanding you. It's a part of being trained in righteousness. You may have to be misunderstood, but the only other alternative to being misunderstood is to shrink, to cower, to not speak up, to not do your absolute best at whatever it is that you put your hands to so that you can pacify someone else's insecurity. And that's not an option. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we do. Be okay with being misunderstood. Continue to grow. Continue to rise to the occasion in every situation. Continue to self-assess. Continue to make adjustments. Continue to be completely amazing without shrinking. I think about it like this. We are all great in our own right, and we all have the capacity to be great in our unique spaces in life, the way God designed it to be. But we all get a choice. And since we all get a choice, for me, if I'm faced with the choice of shrinking so someone else can not feel small, instead of shrinking, I'm going to challenge you. Stand taller, because I'm not shrinking. We both can be tall. But if I got to shrink for you to be tall, then you're going to be short a few stacks. So since I ain't shrinking, you're going to have to stand taller. I challenge you, stand taller. And you continue to grow and change and know that just because you have opposition, it doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. A lot of times it means you are doing exactly what you're supposed to do. A lot of times it means you are exactly where you should be so that you can get that lesson and get trained in righteousness. Um, there's a huge part of it that is preparing you for your next. A huge part of it that is preparing you spaces where you don't have time to worry about people wanting you to shrink. Like, you got important business to take care of. You have things that are invaluable to tend to. You ain't got time to shrink. So I ain't shrinking, so you better stand taller.